on the 12 traditions. I'm an addict. My name's Greg. I'd like to read just this. First of all, we better just have a little moment of silence, and we'll follow with the Serenity Prayer. God, grant me the serenity to accept things we cannot change, courage to change things we can, wisdom to know the difference. All workshops and marathon meetings at this convention are considered open NA meetings. An open meeting is defined as a meeting where anyone is welcome to attend, however, only addicts should share. If you are not an addict, we invite you to stay, listen, and learn about the Narcotics Anonymous message of recovery from addiction. That's about it. I guess I should probably give you a little bit of background about this, how this idea came about for meditation workshops at the convention. About 3 years ago, we started having retreats down at Stronghold Castle, and one of the retreats that we had, we thought that we'd write a 12-step meditation for the retreat, and that it worked out so well, and we got so much positive input that we decided that we want to write some more. And what we try to do was stick strictly to Narcotics Anonymous literature and not go outside of that. We still felt that we were taking a chance, and it is not our intention to tell anybody how to meditate. What we're going to do here is maybe just expose you to one method. Some people would say that actually what we're going to do here is not really meditation at all, but guided imagery. It's been said that what meditation is that time in the silence and not when somebody is speaking. Kind of like what happens at the beginning of a meeting when we ask for that moment of silence. A lot of people find that that's meditation. However, it doesn't really matter what my opinion is about it or what anybody else's, because we don't tell anybody how to do it or what their particular meditation has to be. What we're going to do here is I'm going to lead you through a series of, images, I guess we'll call them, that pertain to the 12 traditions. And it all comes right from our basic text. If you hear in here anything that, anytime that God is mentioned, of course, we ask that you remember that's God as you understand Him. And what we're going to do first is we'll go through a relaxation exercise. Many of you may not even need this, but please bear with us. And then I will ask you to create a sanctuary in your mind, where a place, and that is just a place that, see a picture in your mind of a place where you're very comfortable. And then we'll go into the meditation. Now this particular meditation, because of the amount of material in the 12 traditions, is a little bit longer than the other ones that we've had. So if you've been here for any of the other meditations, this will be a little bit longer. But there was a lot of stuff to cover. When we originally did it, it was about 50% longer than what it is. And we found that as we went around and did the mini conferences, we tried these things out. And the input that we got back on the meditation, on the 12 tradition meditation, was that it was too long. So we did a editing job in the last couple of weeks on it. I'm going to hope that nobody else comes through that door. Is it locked? Okay. Put this on. If everybody could just kind of sit in a comfortable position. If you're in a chair, kind of let it totally support your body. Close your eyes and begin to become aware of your breathing. Breathe in slowly, then exhale gently, trying to keep an even rhythm. Now tighten your forehead muscles and relax. Now your facial muscles, tighten and relax. Become aware of the muscles in your neck, and when you relax them, feel the tension flowing out of your body as you exhale. Next, release the tension in your shoulders in the same manner. Now your chest. Move down to your stomach. Tighten for a few seconds and relax. Do the same with your upper back muscles. Tighten, relax. Now your lower back. Now tighten the muscles in your thighs and relax. Move down to your calves. Tighten, relax. Next, your ankles and relax. Now your feet and relax. Now I want you to tighten all the muscles in your body at once and relax. Now with your body completely relaxed, let your tongue rest and float loosely in your mouth. Bring your concentration back to your breathing. In and out, letting the tension leave your body. You may find your mind wandering. You don't have to fight this. Rather, bring your concentration gently back to your breathing and relax. Now we're going to create a sanctuary in your mind. This should be a place where you can feel totally at peace with yourself and your surroundings. What it is and what it looks like is entirely up to you. For some, it may be a room with comfortable furniture and a fireplace. For others, a sandy beach by the ocean, a golden meadow, a mountain top, or a garden filled with flowers. It should be a place that you will want to return to often, a place where you can enjoy solitude or invite in anyone you wish. Above all, this sanctuary will be your special place where you can go to hear that inner voice of guidance to become God-centered. Take a few moments now to create and visualize that special place in your mind, that place where you feel completely at home and at peace with your surroundings. See yourself being happy, relaxed, and serene as you open your mind to new ideas. Our common welfare should come first. Personal recovery depends on NA unity. Let yourself surrender selfish interests as I becomes we. Feel what it is to belong. We are safe and protected in our unity. Know the joy that results from being a part of. It is from this union that we draw the strength to recover. We now realize that all growth comes from this surrender. Now we seek guidance. For our group purpose, there is but one ultimate authority, a loving God as He may express Himself in our group conscience. Our leaders are but trusted servants. They do not govern. Become aware that we do have a purpose, and we are guided by the collective conscience. We are one, no part greater or lesser than any other. In NA, we are led by example and suggested direction. Because we are clean today, we are all examples to those who want what we have. By setting a good example, we are good leaders. Feel what it is like to be trusted. Now extend this trust to all who serve. We are all trusted servants, and at no time do any of us govern. Narcotics Anonymous is a God-given program. We maintain our group's dignity only through group conscience and God's love. The only requirement for membership is a desire to stop using. Feel this freedom. We are free to be members just by saying it is so. Become aware of the desire to stop using, to recover. See that this is the foundation of our unity. It is what we have in common. Feel what it is to be totally accepted. Now extend this acceptance toward all others. Each group should be autonomous, except in matters affecting other groups or NA as a whole. Feel what it is like to be God-assured, self-governing, responsible. See decisions being made as we are guided by that power greater than ourselves. See the solutions being in harmony with our spiritual principles. Through our autonomy, with God's guidance, our needs are met and we can focus on our primary purpose. Each group has but one primary purpose: to carry the message to the addict who still suffers. Picture a newcomer at their first meeting. See that person as they are, afraid, hopeless, and without direction. Feel the love that the group sends to this newcomer. Listen for a moment to the honest sharing of members who have found a new way of life. See the light of hope in the eyes of the newcomer as they hear the promise of freedom. Imagine embracing this newcomer, helping them to feel welcome, encouraging them to keep coming back. Rest in the assurance that the message has been delivered and our primary purpose has been fulfilled. An NA group ought never endorse, finance, or lend the NA name to any related facility or outside enterprise, lest problems of money, property, or prestige divert us from our primary purpose. Be aware that this is our protection, our help to preserve our purpose. Let go of old ideas of money, property, or prestige, with the awareness that when we live spiritually oriented lives, the things we care about most will come. In NA, we do not struggle for control, we surrender. We concentrate on our priorities of recovery and unity. Every NA group ought to be fully self-supporting, declining outside contributions. Feel the freedom which comes from being fully self-supporting. Independence. Protection from compromise. Know the joy that comes from giving rather than taking. Realize that being self-supporting means more than money. We rely on the 12 steps and 12 traditions of Narcotics Anonymous for our recovery, without dependence on any outside entities for support. Feel the dignity, caring, and pride in our fellowship that results from being fully self-supporting. Narcotics Anonymous should remain forever non-professional, but our service centers may employ special workers. The therapeutic value of one addict helping another is without parallel. This is the foundation of the 8th tradition. Become aware that it is essential to our recovery that we freely give what was freely given to us. When we do this, our motivations remain pure and our message is clear. Our gratitude for our new way of life ensures that the miracle of recovery is freely available to all who seek it. NA as such ought never be organized, but we may create service boards or committees directly responsible to those they serve. The key to this tradition lies in being directly responsible to those we serve. Take a moment to think of serving others, of being responsible to something greater than ourselves. Feel selfish motives slip away as doing God's will becomes a reality in our lives. When we concern ourselves with the needs of others, our own needs are already being met. Narcotics Anonymous has no opinion on outside issues. Hence, the NA name ought never be drawn into public controversy. The 10th tradition frees us from the perceived responsibility of saving the world. We concern ourselves with what we know best: recovery from addiction. Feel what it is like not to be concerned with giving advice, not having to know the answer, free to mind our own business. Focus on the experience, strength, and hope we find in Narcotics Anonymous. Our public relations policy is based on attraction rather than promotion. We need always maintain personal anonymity at the level of press, radio, and films. Feel the attraction that first drew us to Narcotics Anonymous. Remember when we first felt hope. See the addicts who were at that first meeting. Hear the words, live and enjoy life without the use of drugs. Become aware of the love and concern we first felt in NA. Know that alone we are powerless, but together we bring the hope of recovery to the world. Anonymity is the spiritual foundation of all our traditions, ever reminding us to place principles before personalities. anonymity. It means one of many, the same as. As we work together for our common welfare, we achieve the true spirit of anonymity, and the awakening of humility occurs. We now see that the spiritual principle of anonymity makes us all equal. It is one of the basic elements of our recovery, and so it pervades our traditions and our fellowship. Rest now in our unity and feel secure in the knowledge that as long as we remember these principles, personalities have no power. At your own pace, let yourself become aware of your surroundings. Open your eyes gradually and end your meditation. I'm an addict named Greg. What we'd like to do now is have you all come up here to the microphone and share a little bit about maybe about what you experienced and any comments that you might have, positive or negative.
I'm Linda. I'm an addict.
Hi, Linda.
Hi, everybody. It was hard getting up here. I was so comfortable. One of the things that I noticed while I was meditating was that my mind was going to other people. That's been a real problem for me, being obsessed with someone that's outside of me, outside of my recovery. And when I was finding the sanctuary in my mind, I was at first thinking of myself on this desert island in this very romantic situation. But then I realized that if I did that through the whole workshop, that I wasn't going to concentrate on what Greg was talking about. So what I decided to do was have it my place, and that there wasn't another person there. I thought it was great. Thanks a lot, Greg. I've never been to a workshop like this. It's a lot different than most of the meetings. What I was thinking about was how the traditions apply so much to personal recovery. I mean, for me, the 7th tradition is about not being a freeloader and being responsible, being part of society. And the 12th tradition is about getting along with other people. I don't know, I was just blown away, I really was, by how different this was than just your usual book readings of the 12 traditions. I felt like I got a new understanding of it. We're just kind of floating, and this is a neat feeling. No chemicals. Thanks.
I'm Tom, and I'm an addict, and I'm getting used to hearing myself on PA systems. This is like the 3rd one I've been to. This is the 2nd time I've been to this particular meditation. It was really different for me. Like, I used to live in this area, and I just moved out about 6 months ago. And in the meditation, my place of solitude changed. There used to be this place in Blit where I used to go with this friend of mine. And, you know, it was like kind of our place where we just, you know, we go and we share a lot of stuff there, you know, and, well, like, I went there, but then I found myself, like, looking for somewhere else. It was just kind of neat. At first I wanted to fight it, like, you know, no, this is my place of solitude, and it was like, no, you know, it's changing, and it's like, it was cool. I didn't get much sleep last night, so I was kind of fading in and out of the meditation as it was going on, but I feel real relaxed now, and that's what I came here for. My roommates fuck with me because I say a lot. I'm grateful to be here and clean.
I'm an addict. You know, I kind of too had a hard time. I kind of drifted in and out, but I think for the first time, instead of hearing the traditions, I felt them, and I felt myself inside of them. You know, as you know, I can do that with the steps, but I've never been able to do that with the traditions. But I also found myself, when Greg was on one tradition, I found myself kind of comparing it with another one, or my mind going on to another one, or back maybe to a different one. But you know, in most meditations, I too had a certain place of solitude that I always went to, and I found myself just naturally going to a different place. And it was kind of strange for me because you know, it had always been a place of solitude for me, but I had a lot of conflicts inside of myself the last time I was there. And I found myself going there as my place of solitude, which, you know, felt really good for me because I've always been afraid to go back there. And it kind of gave me that, a little courage as well as the feeling that it's okay. But I enjoyed the meditation a lot, and I'm real grateful to be here and clean. That's all.
Hi everybody, I'm a recovering addict named Rosalind. I just want to share what it was like a little bit. At first I had a little difficulty finding where. You know, it was like escape, where do I run to? But in my mind I had an image of it's a blue sky and I have a rock. And it's a place in Milwaukee that I found to escape from when I didn't want to use for that day, when I didn't want to be around all those other people, a place of serenity. There I had the elements, the sky, sun, the air, you know, the water. all symbols of peace. And when I apply that with the traditions, anonymity, it says of one. Each thing cannot grow without the other, and all they make a whole. And that's where I fit in. And I find that here, I'm not I'm not recovering. I can't, but we can. That's a good feeling. That's a serene feeling. That I'm not alone, but I have my own place and space, here. Something that's mine. When maybe a character defect or something kind of jetted in there, it was like wanting to escape from that, and a little fear coming over me. But then a little bitty light just kind of popped in there, and a sound, it's real quiet, and it said, there, I'm here. And I think that was my HP telling me, I'm here, it's okay. And I feel like this little kid holding on to father's hand or something, just hold my hand and I'll be okay. Then I get real insecure sometimes, and I feel like these great big massive arms are holding me. It's just kind of rocking me a little bit. And I feel okay then. I'm not by myself. That's what NA is about to me. It's like these great big arms holding me. That I don't have to be a victim of society or whatever. I can be here, around you people. I got a real warm feeling about that, just being there. But I was always still sitting. I was even out of my body. My spirit was out there where the wind was blowing, the cool breeze was blowing. It felt good, and all good things surrounded me. And that's where I am. That's where I am here. I just have to keep coming back.
My name's Jim.
Yeah.
It's really nice to be able to sit in a room and experience something like this with other people and know that we all have an acceptance of one another and that it's okay to do this. I've had experiences similar to this with a few individuals at a time, but never in a room full of addicts. And I'm real grateful to the convention committee and those people that worked up this meditation and the others for taking the risk, to pull those principles out of the text and out of the program as we understand it and put them in a more personalized form for meditation. Because this is where I'm moving towards in my personal recovery, but I don't know if I could get to what's written down on this paper as rapidly as they did together. If I were just meditating individually on my own, in how I commune with my higher power. So I'm grateful for this, guide that I can use to lead me to where I want to go. It's nice to hear people talk about what their safe and tranquil spot was. I never did get to a point where I could visualize mine, and I started out about as close as I could get was for a few minutes sitting on a rock like Roz talked about. I have a favorite spot in a national park where I've camped before and sat on a rock in the middle of a creek. And that's real nice. I really enjoyed that. And I have another favorite spot that involves being in some kind of a room in a big overstuffed chair with one or two other addicts, and talking with each other. But mostly my safe spot, I think, has to do with a feeling, wherever I'm at, it's more about, am I revealing myself to another human being? Or am I hiding out? And if I'm revealing myself, then I'm in that safe spot, even though it may not feel comfortable at that moment. It's what I'm needing to be doing. Because, and the reason I need this kind of meditation is because the disease is always with me. Even in those safe spots, I have to address the fact that I'm an addict and I'm in recovery. For me, that's essential, because I can fool myself into thinking that I'm safe, and sometimes being safe means I don't have to do any more work. And like the text suggests, we can get complacent when we've been around for a while and we think we've done real well and it's time to sit back. And I guess in my mind, being safe and comfortable kind of means sitting back and relaxing. And I got to be careful not to do that. And I feel like this is a good pointer for me on how to take action and still be relaxed. I'm grateful to have walked into this room today rather than one of the other ones, because it helped to focus me back on my recovery. I woke up in a lot of self-will and loneliness this morning, and self-pity, and focusing on others, and it's such and such is unfair, and this and that is unfair, and it's just a bunch of horseshit. I need to be reminded that here I am among this fellowship that practices these spiritual principles, and that I can surrender to the energy that's passed among us. And in some way pick out a group or an individual, reveal myself to them, talk about self-pity, self-centeredness, loneliness, self-will, and I can get some relief from that in a heartbeat, And it's great to have that, because there's such a large part of me that just wants to nurse those sick feelings and keep them, and cherish them and have them burn like an eternal flame. And I need recovery. I need Narcotics Anonymous. I need new ways of looking at the program. And I'm, again, grateful for the people that put this together, for taking the risk to do something a little bit different than what we may have seen before. Thank you.
My name's Zach, and I'm an addict.
Zach?
I too had a hard time focusing in and concentrating. I had a lot of things running around in my head, but after I got settled, it really helped me to listen to the meditation, because I like how it explored, every aspect of each of the traditions and kind of broke them down a little bit. And I heard some things that I hadn't really thought too much about before. I think it is a good guide, and I'm really grateful to the committee, for exploring that and taking the time to work through all that. I was also kind of struck with the fact that when I'm meditating on the traditions and when I'm trying to learn about them, I realize that no one of the traditions will conflict with the others. I mean, if the traditions are working, they're all working together as a complete unit, just like the 12 steps. And I've been tempted before to pull one tradition out and say, well, this justifies, this action of a group or whatever. And I realized today that, it doesn't work like that. And the traditions, to me, are a gift from, the founders of NA. And they were, worked through and learned through experience and, making mistakes. And I know my home group is really struggling and always, has been for quite a while. And it's just encouraging to know that the traditions are working, and they do work, and they work together to help a group and also individuals grow. And I like the fact that the traditions can apply to my recovery too. I got a lot out of this workshop. I'm just really grateful to the committee and to the people that were here, because I like the group meditation idea too. It gives me a good feeling, and that relaxation that was in this room is something I need more of. I'm glad to be here and glad to be clean. Thanks.
Hi, my name's Marcy, and I'm an addict. This is really neat for me, because I I've really never experienced anything like it. It seems like whenever I tried to, relax or something, things were always going through my mind, like things I had to worry about or something. And it's like this time it was just, I didn't have anything to worry about. I was just at peace with myself and stuff. And like at first when I was looking, for a place of peace and stuff, I was wandering all over the place from trying to find a certain place. And it was like I ended up in this castle on a deserted island, like an old wrecked castle, and it was really neat. And I was alone on this island and stuff. But then I went down to the beach, and all of a sudden, different people from NA groups and stuff that I've met, started coming around me and stuff. And it was like I wasn't alone. There's people with me, and I didn't have to face it anymore. And it was really neat. And I think this helped me understand the traditions a lot better for the fact that, like she said, I felt them. They were like a feeling within me and stuff, and they were a lot easier for me to grasp, I think. And I don't know, it was just really neat, for my first time. I thought it was going to be kind of weird, but it was really relaxing, and it got me in touch with myself a lot. Thanks. I'm a recovering addict named Dee. I wasn't going to come up here when we first stopped because I was crying over there. I needed that. This has been real cleansing for me, and I felt that need for a few weeks now. I think I needed some conscious meditation. My meditation times have been short and interrupted, and like a lot of people have said, filled with a lot of distraction lately. And I don't know, I just feel a lot more peaceful today, right now, than I have in a while. I really felt the traditions. A few times when, just one phrase, one word, I could just feel it really deeply. The unity, anonymity being one of many. Thinking of the love that we share with newcomers. I tried for so long to be one of a kind. And there's something so special today about being a part of this family, And I've never found that anywhere else. I'm real grateful for that today. And I'm grateful for the lilting quality of Greg's voice. I found a new sanctuary in my mind, in my own personal meditations. I'm usually in an outdoor situation, and I found this very high-ceilinged room with pillars that was completely empty. It had wood floors and big windows with real light curtains and a nice breeze flowing through. My cats were sleeping on the windowsill, and Greg was sitting over in the corner, kind of shaded. He was kind of there, but not really. I just heard his voice. And I really didn't want a lot of people there, but I felt the presence of people just kind of passing through, people that I'm close to in the program, and it wasn't like a lot of activity going on there, but I could just feel the presence of other people there. I'm just glad to be here, and grateful to have the chance to try this, because this was new for me too. Thanks.
Else we can close. It's about time for lunch. I want to thank everybody for coming.